Man, it's your big brother K-Rino. Look, man, age-old question. Sometimes you ask questions when you already know the answer, and that's either to try to just put it on the minds of the corrupt people who run this system to let them know that we know what you're up to, that we're not stupid. But also, you ask questions sometimes to spark conversation and get the wheels turning among other people who may have had that in their system but never let it out, or to people who may be oblivious to certain topics, and to try to bring them up to speed. Um, the prison system, it's always been presented as a place of punishment for people who commit criminal activity. But and we understand that part. We know that part. But it's also been presented to us as a place of rehabilitation, a place of reform for those very people who get incarcerated for whatever crimes it was that they committed. Now, time and history has shown us otherwise. It has shown us that it's absolutely not a place of rehabilitation, and in a lot of cases, many of the people who do come out of prison uh, changed and who do come out of prison different, they took that upon themselves to do that. They decided to get into the libraries. They decided to immerse themselves in different education. They decided to find religion, whatever it is that led to them being a better person upon their exit. And even for those who will never get out, in most cases, they chose to do that, or they met somebody on the inside who led them down that path to better themselves. It wasn't the programs that are the so-called programs that are in prison, based on what I've been told and taught. That's a very minor part of the rehabilitation process, the mental rehabilitation process that takes place in a lot of our brothers and sisters who go down that road. So, what is the real purpose? Well, we've heard the term prison industrial complex for many years now, and it just speaks to the the fact that prisons are a business. The prison system is a money-making corporation. Businessmen uh, invest in prisons in order to make money. Prisons are not built to rehabilitate the people necessarily. That's not the purpose. And part of the proof of that, unfortunately, is how we see a lot of people come out of prison and then eventually a large percentage of them end up going right back to prison because there was no rehabilitation that took place for them for the most part. And those who come out, even those who do come out better and come out with the intent to be better, the society that they are released into doesn't give them a fair chance. Can't get a job, you can't get opportunities, because once a criminal, always a criminal. Once you got that felony tacked on to your name, it might as well be glued to your forehead, because you're going to always be viewed as that by a society who claims that you have this golden opportunity and everybody, it's the land of second chances. It's the land of second chances depending on who you are. In the black and brown communities, we know that you are considered guilty before you even are charged or accused and charged. So we don't want to make the mistake of believing, and I know most of y'all already know, but we don't want to ever make the mistake of believing that this prison system is this glorious place of transformation for people. Some people go to prison green and they become educated more so in criminal activity while they're behind bars, because you're learning more and more, because you have a melting pot of different individuals who've done different things, and you learn. And even in the midst of survival, you learn. So the system is totally flawed, and it has to continue on in the manner that it's currently functioning in order to continue to generate revenue. Prisons are not being built just in case. Prisons are being built with the 100% confidence that they are going to be filled. And those who build these prisons and invest in them, they are patient. They're very patient. They look at you in kindergarten. They look at your children in kindergarten, and they know a percentage of these are going to be occupying this prison. So we have to gain control of our communities. We have to make sure that we do the best we can to put the prison industrial complex out of business. Because again, even those who come out with the intentions to be better, they're not given the opportunity, and that pressure builds up over time, and sooner or later, based on the need to survive, you resort right back to the activity that got you in there in the first place, and you end up back in there. Some would say, oh man, that's just how it is. No, that's an absolute plan. It's a plot. So we have to understand that. Because once we understand somebody's plotting on you, then you have to counteract the plot and not fall into the trap. And take the responsibility upon yourself to be better while you're out here. And those of us who are out here learn to build and come together to build institutions and not just talk about it. We got to figure out how to do it. We got to come together, build institutions, and set up systems that are independent of this one, that would allow our brothers and sisters when they get out of prison to have a place to come, and we don't care nothing about that felony that you got. These are the things that we have to do. We have to take that pressure off of them, because some people come out not knowing what they're going to do. Some of them go in so young, 17, 18, 19, 20 years old, that they never had an opportunity to learn a trade or anything. They don't know anything. And you come out at 35, 40 years old and you have no skills. We have to take them and make a place for them. So is there rehab in prison? Yeah, I've seen it. But I've seen it by people who self-impose that. Take the responsibility upon themselves and say, I'm going to be something different when I get out of here. Don't fall victim to the facade of this is where you go. Nah, it's where you go to work. It's where you go to fulfill the words that are in the 13th Amendment of the Constitution, where slavery is still legal, where slavery is illegal, except in the case of those who have been convicted of a crime. Alright, man, it's your big brother K-Rino. Y'all like, comment, subscribe. By the way, commercial. Go get the new album. It's out right now. SouthParkCoalition.net, iTunes, Spotify, all of the entities. All right, man. Catch y'all later. Peace.